I'm Lisa Robinson. I'm your Pickering City Councillor. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
Happy Black History Month, folks. On behalf of everyone here at Johnathan Ramcharan, the podcast, I want to wish you a happy, healthy, and safe Black History Month. Brr, brr. On March 3rd. It's March 3rd and I'm celebrating Black History Month. That's how you know I'm black, you know? It's March 3rd. I'm still celebrating Black History Month. I'm late, motherfucker. Whatever. Kiss my black ass. You ever see those street canvassers? They be handing out pamphlets in June, Happy Black History Month in June, Did you know the black man was the first man to invent the toaster oven? Some guy told me that the black man was the first man to invent the toaster oven. And I looked at him. I said, well, who invented the oven? He didn't answer that one. He just stared at me. Probably a German. But anyway, here we go. There was this article, very interesting, about this councillor, this city councillor from the Durham region, from the city of Pickering, or the township of Pickering, or something about Pickering, if you want to get real picky about it. Want to get all picky about Pickering, the city of Pickering, the township. There was an article. Lisa Robinson. Now, apparently, she's a white woman, and she wrote some things saying she had some viewpoints and comments and opinions on Black History Month. Now, first of all, they show this picture of her, this image of her, and, she's a pretty white lady. I don't know. She's got like a kind of a prim and proper kind of a look, a real kind of 60s flight attendant with the pearl necklaces, and like kind of like a 60s housewife. I don't know, kind of like a Jackie O is what I'm trying to say. Jackie Kennedy, or like a, just kind of a real prim and proper, prissy kind of look, right? And they're, a white woman had an opinion about a black, whatever, movement, or a black celebration, or a black issue. A white woman had an opinion about a black issue. Oh my God. And it's just like, give it a break. It's like, take it from me. You know how many dorky white chicks I had chasing me around that looked just like this chick, this Lisa Robinson? We're living in a time and age where people are like interracial dating. Now, I'm not saying I'm for or against racial dating. Myself personally, I'm not for or against it. I'm kind of feeling like, for myself, it just makes sense to each their own. Dating is such a difficult thing to begin with. So like, why make it even more complicated by like, do I really want to make some chick have to learn what it is to be black? Do I really want to learn what it is like to be white and have to go to some white family Thanksgiving and sit there and pretend like it's normal? Like, I don't want to learn any more than I need to. I don't want to do any more than I need to. I want to be me. All right? So, I'm a black guy. So like, why overcomplicate things by dating outside of my race? That's how I see it. And to each their own. It makes sense. But I'm not against it. I have dated outside my race before, and we're living in a time in which people do interracial date. You see all sorts of commercials, black women with white guys. Like I said, I've had dorky white chicks chasing me all, Jonathan, I love you. Shut up, Heather, Lindsay, you're nuts. Don't make me call your dad. Don't make me get your dad on the phone. You're nuts. But Jonathan, I love you. Lindsay, Heather, Kristen, calm your ass down. You don't love me, bitch. You're nuts. That's what your problem is. I don't care how much you want to save the world. You think about dating a black man, you're going to save the world? Knock it off, Kristen. All right? You're nuts. Don't make me call your dad and get him over here. Hi, Mr. McIntosh. Get over here and pick your daughter up. The bitch is nuts. She thinks she's in love with me. But Jonathan, I'm in love with you. Mr. McIntosh, come over here and pick Kristen up immediately. The bitch is nuts. She thinks she's in love with me. Okay. Yeah, Kristen, your dad's going to be here in 20 minutes to pick your dumb ass up. You're nuts, bitch. You're not in love with me. You're nuts. I don't care how much you want to save the world, all right? I'm not marrying a white woman. They try to make it seem like, oh no, there's Lisa Robinson, a pretty white woman. she has an opinion about black culture. Oh, everybody be scared. It's like we're living in a time and age when no one's shocked by anything. Are you shocked? And races are intermingling, interdating, interracialing. Yo, it's all good. Who gives a bumbleclut fuck? But they try to spawn this fear, right? By posting this picture of a pretty white woman who has an opinion about black culture. Like I give a shit. Well, I mean, I care enough to make a video about it, but I don't care enough to be like, oh my God, my life. How will I ever make sense of my life? You know?
I humbly acknowledge that the truth at times can be uncomfortable and may inadvertently cause hurt or offense to certain individuals. While this was never my intention, I do understand that the truth can be subjective and interpreted differently by each and every person, leading to varying emotional responses that are way out of my control. In addressing the official statement of Mayor Kevin Ash, I think it is important to understand that just because he pushes a certain narrative does not mean it is true. The alleged complaints were handpicked by those who do not support me politically, a close personal special interest group of the city that does not like the idea that Pickering's government should be neutral, and people who have reportedly received funds from the mayor's gala. If we cannot have open, honest dialogue or input from all people, and not just those who we are told to support for the personal political posturing, then we must reject any kind of rhetoric from politicians and public figures who claim to speak on behalf of the people. Misleading statements like these only serve to divide us further. Our newspapers and media outlets must also start upholding their responsibility to present accurate information, shunning the manipulation of words for sensationalism or clickbait. It really is disheartening to witness a decline of journalistic integrity. You know, there used to be a time when multiple checks were conducted to ensure truthfulness. Now the news is frequently published without consulting all parties involved. Words are taken out of context to fit a particular narrative, and it is not the narrative of regular working people like you and I, but those who hold positions of great power and donate money to the various media outlets. Such practices should be condemned, and those engaging in them should be held accountable for their actions. As for my opinion piece I published in the Central newspaper, I am overwhelmed and grateful for the outpouring of support from people of all races and backgrounds. It is truly heartfelt to see how my words have resonated with so many individuals and sparked meaningful conversations no matter where they sit on the political spectrum. For those who know me or have followed me on social media, it is evident that I prioritize remaining neutral, especially as a government official. I firmly believe in treating every individual with fairness and respect, irrespective of their race, religion, or sexual preference. I firmly believe that every person in Canada and beyond deserves equal rights, opportunities, and access to resources regardless of their race, gender, their socioeconomic status, or any other characteristic. I believe to be a truly inclusive society, we must recognize and uphold the rights and needs of every individual, ensuring that everyone has access to basic necessities such as education, healthcare, housing, and employment. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that the equality does not mean providing handouts based solely on the color of one's skin, their religion, or sexual preference. Instead, it should be rooted in merit and the principle that hard work and determination are essential for personal growth and success.
So here we go. Here's the article. It's kind of a suspect article anyways, but here we go. This is from cbcnews.ca. Pickering councillor faces backlash after penning op-ed criticizing Black History Month celebrations. A Pickering City Councillor is facing backlash from the community members and her council colleagues after penning an op-ed saying she does not support the concept of Black History Month, which led to public outcry and some demanding an apology. In the op-ed, which was published online Sunday in the Oshawa Durham Central newspaper, Councillor Lisa Robinson denounced the idea of celebrating Black History Month, arguing that the race to equality is not the celebration of one race over another. Now, first of all, pause. That's what they say in this article. But when I first read this article, I don't know, man. We're living in an era of fake news. See, I tried to find the original article where she made her comments. And they've updated this cbc.ca news article since. But I think there's something there's something awfully screwy going on around here. Awfully screwy. Something screwy going on. Because when I first read it, there was no mention of the source. Here they now mention the source. The Oshawa Durham Central newspaper is where she made these comments online. But that wasn't originally posted in the original article. And it says that the article was posted on February 6th and it was updated on February 6th. But I could be wrong, but that's kind of suspect. It's not exactly easy to find where these comments were made. And you think that they would make it crystal clear if they're going to talk shit about somebody online and try to criticize their whole way of life and their whole career. You think that they would at least post the actual article, but they just take little pieces and bits from it. Councillor Lisa Robinson denounced the idea of celebrating Black History Month, arguing that the race to equality is not the celebration of one race over another. We are so hung up on North American history and the historical trafficking of primarily African people that we have lost the sense of time and period, she wrote. Back in those days, society was very different. Today, we have come a long way. In an email to CBC News Toronto Monday, Robinson defended the op-ed, saying her comments were not racist. My statement is merely wanting to support unity and equality for all, she wrote. Instead of segregating people based on their color, religion, or sexual preferences, we should be celebrating our shared humanity. Carrie Fenn, health advocate and founder of the Carrie Fenn Foundation. That's strange. You start a foundation dedicated to yourself? Most people don't usually do that, I don't think. But then again, most charity organizations are scams anyway. Allegedly. Carrie Fenn, health advocate and founder of the Carrie Fenn Foundation, said that this is the latest example of inflammatory sentiment towards marginalized communities. Fenn is demanding Robinson apologize to Durham's Black community. All one of them. We should not have that mindset at council table, she said. It's insulting and it's hurtful. It pains us. It brings up the hurt and pain that we have endured, and it continues that trauma that is impacting our health. We need to protect the Black community. Pause. You can't speak for the whole Black community. Us. Yo, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100. In the Black community, whenever we say us, it's about whining, complaining, trying to get something, trying to make a kerfuffle, try to whine and complain, and crabs in the bucket. We all losers and nothing, and we can't never make it out the hood. We can't do nothing for ourselves. That's why we, us, as a community, must get together and do for us. Yeah, as soon as you step outside of us and be like, yo, I'm going to do something for myself. I'm going to get up and do something for myself. I'm an individual. I'm a person with a brain. I'm a person with know-how. I'm a person with ideas, and I can go out and make opportunities. Then all of a sudden, that ain't shit. You ain't shit. That ain't shit. That ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. You a coon. You a clown. You an Uncle Tom. Oh, yes, massa. Oh, you a shuffle stepping, running fetch it, stepping fetch it, motherfucker. That ain't shit. You ain't shit. That's what I've noticed about the black community. Yeah, we're a community. We're us when we want to complain and whine and hold each other down. But as soon as you know, no, we're us when, yeah, exactly. When you want to complain and whine and hold each other down, that's when we're us. But as soon as you step up and try to be yourself, then all of a sudden it's an issue. All of a sudden you're an individual. You're an Uncle Tom. You're nothing. You're not a part of the community. You're ostracized. Not always, but a lot of times I find. Let's continue on with this article here. Yeah, it's we need to protect the black community. Fenn said she would like to see the city's integrity commissioner investigate Robinson's remarks. Statements like this do not represent the Pickering that I know. We can't let her behavior reflect the overall view of Pickering, she said. The Women XN of Color, Durham Collective, a youth-led organization, also criticized the op-ed. We find the language used deplorable, as it is at essence waters down the beauty, complexity, and power that is black history, the collective said. It is important that these celebrations continue so as not to ignore the past, but to confront it and be uncomfortable with it. Disheartening to see the display of insensitivity. Pickering Mayor Kevin Ash addressed the op-ed during an executive committee meeting on Monday, where he said the sentiments were expressed by Robinson in the piece run counter to the values that we have set at council and have collectively championed. The words have caused concern in our community, and in my view, hurt our community. As mayor, I'm obligated to address the matter with a degree of urgency. With a degree of urgency. What the fuck does that even mean? Just are you going to address it with urgency? No, a degree of urgency. I'll have to decipher what degree of urgency, but there's going to be some urgency. Trying to sound all smart. As mayor, I'm obligated to address the matter with a degree of urgency. It is disheartening to witness such displays of insensitivity towards Black History Month, at a time when we should be celebrating the rich contributions of Afro-Canadians to our great nation, he said. While I staunchly believe in the principles of free speech that form the bedrock of our democratic society, I must remind Councillor Robinson of the sworn oath taken to respect and abide by the wishes of this council. Ash said that the suggestion by Robinson that recognizing Black history is divisive is contrary to the principles of equity and inclusion that council upholds. In response to the mayor's comments, Robinson said, I would hope that no Black people in Pickering and beyond feel my remarks were inflammatory or disrespectful. Robinson previously docked pay. The councillor's remarks came just a few months after she was found to have prompted homophobic and transphobic attitudes by the city's Integrity Commission for conduct last May. In May 2023, Robinson encouraged a crowd at Durham District School Board meeting to lobby politicians and to attend an upcoming Pickering City Council meeting en masse in support of her motions to ban drag shows and pride parades anywhere children could be present, to limit non-governmental flag raising, and to change city policy to mandate people use gender-specific washrooms. Thank goodness, you know what I mean? About time, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell do drag queens want to do with kids? Isn't that a weird thing that somebody would want to do? Let me just get dressed up like a woman and put on some weird over-sexualized show in front of children. Only a mental patient would want to do something like that, a sexual deviant. So God bless her for saying that, at the very least. I mean, come on. So maybe she missed the target on the Black History thing, but at least she was dead on center with the with her viewpoints on drag queens. I mean, they're fucking weirdos, are they not? Like, I don't have a problem with a weirdo being a weirdo, but just over there, you know? Like, is that wrong? I don't get it. It's like, you know, you got a drag queen, a weirdo, and, you know, they can be a weirdo. It's their right to be a weirdo, but just do it over there. Like, why does it have to be, like, next to kids and stuff? And raising pride flags on schools. I mean, what does gay sex have to do with, reading, writing, and arithmetic? I mean, I don't give a fuck about going to school either, but I see the point. Like, why raise a flag about gay sex at a school or any other governmental building? You know what I mean? It's like, what does gay sex have to do with Canada? You know what I mean? Like, why are you raising a gay sex flag on a government building? It doesn't make any sense. So, she does make a lot of sense. And I don't even think she was really all that insulting with the black thing. But let me continue here. Pickering City Council voted to suspend her pay for a period of 60 days as a result. Something Robinson told CBC News Monday that she intends to seek a judicial review as it was based on unfounded allegations and distortions of the truth. Robinson was also previously docked 30 days of pay after another Integrity Commissioner investigation concluded that one of the Facebook posts was a form of bullying. Robinson referenced that decision in her Sunday op-ed, which was published in print Tuesday. In it, she said that she felt that council was treating me like a modern-day slave for docking her pay. In 2021, Robinson was a candidate for the Federal Conservative Party in Toronto riding of Beaches East York, but got booed after past Islamophobic tweets surfaced.
Canadians, for the most part, since the war, have worked diligently to reach their current positions in life. They were taught the value of hard work, whether in sports or in their professions, so they could provide for their families. They were not handed participation ribbons or told to forget their dreams because of the color of their skin. So I think it is essential to understand that historical injustices should be acknowledged and learned from to prevent their repetition. Unfortunately, it appears that we have not fully learned from our past mistakes, as we find ourselves once again segregating people based on factors such as race, religion, and sexual preference. To overcome racism and achieve a society free from discrimination, it is imperative that we move beyond constantly discussing and creating groups around these issues. Stop referring to me as a white woman. Call me Lisa, and I will call you by your name. I do not play into this divisive game by judging people by the color of their skin, their religion, or their sexual preference. I will judge you by whether or not you are a good person or if you are a bad person. I recently lost 60 days pay partly because I believe that displaying special interest flags on government buildings serves more as a demonstration of power rather than fostering unity. I would love to see Canadians and all its wonderful diverse people strive to be united under one flag. We need to get back to a place where we love our neighbors and where we extend helping hands to those in need, regardless of their backgrounds or their beliefs. Back to a place where we prioritize our most vulnerable, our most innocent. It's a government that plays a crucial role in addressing societal challenges. We should be focusing on ending homelessness, ensuring affordable education, and creating a fair justice system that does not disproportionately favor or disadvantage individuals based on their race. In order to build a strong nation, we must recall the sacrifices and honor our brave men and women who fought for our freedom and the democratic values. They believed in the essence of humanity, by where one's character should be the basis for judgment, not the color of one's skin. I'm Lisa Robinson. I'm your Pickering City Councillor. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
Yeah. So, this Lisa Robinson, she made her comments on Black History Month. She was really just parroting. I mean, hey, God bless her. She made her comments. She has her viewpoint. I like her viewpoints on the her trans and her flag and her, children shouldn't be around drag queens. Like, I'm totally on board with that. And, her Black History Month comments, I mean, it is a little strange when people nitpick at things that, I mean, it's really not that big a deal. I mean, it is kind of dumb. Like, she was really just parroting Morgan Freeman. Like, Morgan Freeman had made some comments in such ways in recent years.
So can I go back to, because I thought what you said was fascinating, because you called it bull when you said people can't, pull themselves up. Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No,
You don't?
no, I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
Yeah. I said, and it's probably get me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it, I want to just go, this is over, can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is the problem we have.
Black History Month you find
Ridiculous.
why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
No.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
And I'd seen Morgan Freeman make those comments, get busy living or get busy dying. You're goddamn right. Andy Dufresne crawled through a river of shit to come out clean on the other side. All you jigaboos want to celebrate Black History Month, you just holding yourself back. Why don't you get yourself a imagination and become an astronaut or something instead of picking out your afro? Andy Dufresne would never have celebrated Black History Month. He was too busy trying to fight off the sisters. Those drag queens, those bull dykes or whatever, those bull queers that were attacking poor Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption. They didn't celebrate Black History Month. So why the hell should my black ass? What I'm trying to say, folks, is it ain't really no big deal. You know what I mean? Come on. You know how I really want to feel about it? I don't want to celebrate any history. There ain't nothing interesting to me about culture. It's like, okay, some people eat this type of food. Some people eat that type of food. Some people dance to this type of music. Some people dance to that type of music. It's not really all that interesting. Is it? Oh, they wear this garment because this garment that they wear represents this stupid thing that their civilization used to do. And that culture eats a bunch of stupid shit because it represents... So whatever, if you want to celebrate a history of a people, go ahead and celebrate it. It ain't no big deal. Water off a duck's ass. Quack. I don't know. God bless you, Lisa Robinson. One thing I will say, though, is I got like a traditional conservative kind of viewpoint. And I'll say for myself, people with traditional conservative or just... it's really like what it's coming out as these days is just common sense. When you got a common sense outlook, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Do unto others as you'll have done unto yourself. Common sense. Sometimes a lot of people, they don't want to hear it. They can't stomach it because it really calls for accountability, and it really calls for loving your fellow man, which a lot of these outlandish radical extremist types don't do. Like, think about a drag queen. A drag queen would rather jump up and down, stomp their feet, and cry victim about their perceived right to dress up like a weirdo and hang around children. They'd rather jump up and down about their right to do that rather than treating the children the way they would like to be treated. Like, don't you think it would be kind of frightening to a child to see a homunculoid or whatever they call it, like a mongoloid or a homunculus, or is that a guy? Is that a girl? Is that a woman? Is that a man? Like, what is that weird creature trying to read me a story? It's terrifying for a child to see a fucking drag queen. But no, a drag queen would rather jump up and down and try to ram their perceived rights down some poor child's, developing brain. A child doesn't need to know any of that shit. A kid didn't want to know anything about your perverse lifestyle. Nobody wants to know anything about your perverse lifestyle. That's what a drag queen should understand, rather than trying to push it on people. Who the hell wants to know about because what a drag queen lifestyle is a sexual perversion. It's a sexual kink. Who wants to know about other people's sexual kinks? Not me. I'll tell you that much. So, I don't know. God bless you, Lisa Robinson. I don't know. To each their own. Black History Month. It's just as boring as anybody else's. Like, take it from a black guy like myself. It's boring. Okay, so black people dance this way and do this thing, and they went through that, and the struggles, and that. Trust me, man, black people don't give a shit about each other, just like nobody gives a shit about each other. We live in a world of cynicism, motivated by self-interest. Nobody really cares. So, black people will use me as just one of their useful idiots to march in their little fucking parades and to go throw a brick at a rally or something, or they'll use me as their battering ram to try to make me look like you need to know your history, motherfucker. If you don't, my history, what do I need to know about my history? It came out of my mama's ass, came out of my mama, fell out of my mama, and now here I am living life trying to make $1 and eat a sandwich just like anybody. What history do I need to know about? You know what I mean? I love that about history. You're stupid for not paying attention to what other people deem interesting or important. That's what they call history. So let me get this straight. I'm dumb because I don't want to listen to every stupid thing you have to say? That makes me dumb because I'm not aware of everything you know? That makes me dumb? I don't know. Moving right along here.